Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com. Today I'm going to show you how to cover your crochet hooks or pens with polymer clay. You can find the written instructions on my website at Naztazia.com. For making a handle on hooks, you'll need preferably an aluminum crochet hook since they are usually oven safe. And with pens, I find this brand of pens works great with polymer clay, but other inexpensive stick type of pens work as well. Because we have to bake the clay onto the pen, it's important to remove and put aside the ink cartridge. Can't put that in the oven. Some pull out easily. Others you might need some pliers. You'll also need some clay. Any soft oven-baked clay will work, but I like this particular Sculpey 3 type the best with hooks and pens. First, take 2 colors of clay and cut a square chunk out of the first color, and then cut another square chunk out of the second color. On a flat, smooth surface, roll out your clay with the palm of your hands. Try to make them into a long log-like shape. If your clay is crumbly or not working, try using the Sculpey 3 brand that I recommended. Put the 2 logs together and carefully and slowly twist them together. Then, take a knife and cut the twisted log in half. Put 1/2 aside for your pen. And continue rolling this log into a thinner tube until it is about double its size in length. Take your knife and cut little slices from this log. They do not need to be perfect slices. Next, take your crochet hook and begin applying these little bits of clay to your hook. Apply and press down a little bit to get them to stick. Keep applying these bits down the hook. Leave a little space in between the bits because the clay will expand when we roll and smooth it out. I like to put them in random order to create a nice marble effect. After you get about the 4th row done of these bits, lay your hook on the table and roll it very gently to smooth out the clay bits. You will find that the 2 colors blend very nicely with each other. The clay also filled in the gaps as well. At this time, you can add a clay bit to the top of the hook. Press and smooth it out. And give it another roll or 2 to smooth everything out. Continue applying bits along the hook until you are happy with the size. You can make the handle thicker by adding another layer of bits on top of the work you've already done. When the hook is done, give it one more roll to smooth everything out. You can take a yarn needle and write the size of the hook on the bottom, since you probably covered the size inscription from the factory with clay. Pens are done pretty much the same way. Take your pen, remembering to have removed the ink cartridge first, then cover the case with bits of clay. Start at the top and work your way down, adding bits of clay and then rolling the pen to smooth out the seams and blend the colors together. With the pen, after you have added the bits and smoothed things out, you'll want to remove any excess clay that might have gotten into the hole of where the ink cartridge will go. And here is the crochet hook along with the matching pen. Now, we'll need to bake these objects to get the clay to cure and permanently harden. Please be sure to follow the instructions on your clay's package. First thing is to preheat the oven. I'm setting my oven temperature to 275 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to use these inexpensive foil pans to bake my objects. I reuse this foil pan for clay only and never use it for food. I then take heavy cardstock paper and fold it into an accordion or fan style to create a nice holder for my clay items. You can also use parchment paper, index cards, and anything that is oven safe for 275 degrees. I then lay my crochet hook in one of the grooves and put the foil pan in the oven. Since mine is a bit thicker than 1/4 inch, I'm setting my timer for 30 minutes. Now pens are a little tougher to bake because of that plastic casing inside. The brand I used works great at about 265 degrees in the oven, and I usually leave them in for only 20 minutes instead. As always, you might need to adjust the time or the temperature depending upon your oven. Be careful taking the foil and hook out of the oven. Both are very hot. Use your oven-safe gloves to protect your hands. Let everything cool off sufficiently. With your pen, you can reinsert your ink cartridge. And by the way, it's a good idea to purchase extra pens so that when the ink runs out, you can just replace the inside ink cartridge instead of throwing away your clay pen. Take note of this pen. Instead of 2 colors, I twisted 4 logs together, a red, orange, black, and white. One of my favorite combinations is aqua, purple, black, and white. Polymer clay does not need any type of finishing or glaze, but some people do like to wet sand their clay with 400 grit sandpaper. And some, like me, just like to buff it a bit with old denim cloth. I hope this video has helped you, and please visit Naztazia.com for more tips and tricks on creative, self-sufficient living.